Sorry, I'm not sorry. I never even I've never heard this song, but my I have a friend who came in. I think it's a Demi Lovato song, where that's part of the chorus. And I just have a friend who sang that to me for the first time a couple years ago, and it stayed with me. And I thought it was really appropriate for this conversation here because one of the things that I hear, I just want to really explore some of the places that uh, we, as outliers and trailblazers, as people who created a lot of success for ourselves, might actually turn the volume down on what it is that we are creating in order to try and be more inclusive of other people. And this right now, what I'm doing is exploring the places that we're giving up our power as a way of trying to empower others, where there is actually a much stronger stance that we can take that not only keeps us in our power, but actually empowers others. Because sometimes our actions disempower others, even if it's good intention or goodwill. So for this one, sorry, I'm not sorry. This one here, I just want to explore some of the words that I tend to hear where people just diminish their power in conversations. And the words that come to mind here, well, actually, before I even get into that, let me ask you, like, when I say that, what comes to mind? What words do you use, or have you heard other people use that take away from the impact and the power of your experience of other people? For me, those words show up as sorry. They show up as anyways, and I don't know. Now, all of these words and like by themselves are not like disempowering words. It's actually like in the context of the conversation. Typically, when I hear, especially the I don't know, and anyways, let's start with that. Typically, when I hear that being done in a disempowering way, is at the end of someone making a statement, and they've made a statement that either expresses what at the end of the day really expresses what's true to them, whether it's a fact that they're sharing, whether it's an opinion that they have, or perhaps it's like them really expressing something that's on their heart. And at some point they'll get to the end of making the point there, and in an effort to not seem pushy, not seem cocky, trying to be humble, they'll just throw away the entire statement that they have with this modifier that goes, but I don't know, or anyways, and they just skip over it. So the I don't know to me ends up throwing away completely and saying, here I am with everything that I have to offer you. This is how I feel. This is my truth, but I don't know. In which case, there, I tend to hear that. I'm like, oh, okay. There's two things that come into my mind. I'm like, well, if you don't know, then what was the point of that conversation, right? The other side of it, though, that tends up that where I usually end up articulating is, I got to be honest with you. I think you do know, and I'll stop and I'll pause. And usually people will come back and say, yeah, actually, I do know. That is how I feel at this moment. I'm open to other interpretations. I'm open to changing around this here, but this is what's true for me. And it's in that there where I get a chance to be able to meet them as another powerful person and share what it is that I know, or get a chance to actually explore it with them. And I talk about me in this case here, but I get curious about where this shows up for you in your world. Where are you keeping other people from having an opportunity to really be able to hear what you're saying as a potential powerful statement, and B, where are you keeping them from being able to show up and have an opportunity to show up themselves in a powerful way to meet you in that regard? The anyways part is a throwaway as well, where it almost says, but don't take me too seriously right now. Don't really think about this. Let's just move on. It's just like a speed to get on to the next part. And I see it typically when we're like, oh, have I been talking for too long? Or I'm not necessarily sure if this even makes sense. And there's this element of your own personal power that is being dissipated. actually think like along those lines there, the phrase, does this make sense, also plays into that. But it plays into it, especially when you're looking for approval of what it is that you've just said. And usually I'll go back and like two things. One, I don't know, does it make sense to you? Okay, that's all that matters. And we'll just continue moving forward. Or I'll come back and say, I think you know it makes sense. If that's the case, then let's continue moving forward too. So these areas, the I don't know, anyways, that doesn't make sense. Uh, all of them being ways to just diminish the impact of what you're trying to convey. And there are ways to also powerfully state that you are open, that you're not set on what you had said, and you're open for additional conversation or information around it. That's different than throwing away I don't know in an attempt to potentially come off as someone who's meeting someone and creating space for them. I invite you to take a more powerful stance with it, because you actually give the person the opportunity of knowing that you see them as someone who can be in that conversation with you, and give them an opportunity to rise up to that occasion. On the level of sorry, um, the way that the sorry shows up here, is in apologizing for something that really you don't need to apologize for. I typically say, if you punch me in the face, please say sorry. If you actually hurt me, like, please say sorry. But like, having an opinion that's different than mine, wanting something other than what I want, those are no reasons to have to feel and express feeling sorry. I want you to be able to be in a place where you can be expressed. And it's in that exchange of giving up the power in those ways that keeps you from really being able to be expressed, and also to know yourself to the level that when you're making when you're out there looking to make the impact that you're here on this earth to make, you might be backpedaling rather than moving forward. So this is an element here of not of simply just holding on to your power. And there's something that feels a little scarce about holding on. It feels it's simply about owning the power that you have, and just choosing not to dissipate that. The last thing I'll say about this here is that it is a gift to the person that you're speaking to, the person who experiences you, if you simply don't take away that which you had said. Give them a chance to be confronted by what you feel is your truth. Give them a chance to be confronted by them having to figure out their own truth. There are gifts that you give to people should you choose to simply allow your statement to live as it is. I'll let that statement live as it is as well. I'm Niiamah Ashong. Wherever you're watching this, I wanted you to leave a comment. And my invitation to you is just for the next 24 hours, anytime that you modify a sentence by I don't know, sorry, anyways, or does it make sense, you take the time to actually raise your awareness on it and call it out in real time and say, actually, and do whatever you need to bring that back into integrity. Actually, I know it makes sense. Like, I'm curious about your thoughts and opinions on it. Right. Actually, this is something I do know, and I would love to engage in a conversation to see what some of your thoughts are. Give yourself the next 24 hours to actually just be aware and choose a different path. This might start off as retroactive, as in you say sorry and then you're like, actually, I'm gonna like just take that back. I actually feel really good about what I said. Whatever it is that gets you back into an integrity. I invite you for the next 24 hours, play that one out, and then come share with us what has grown for you, what's transpired, and we'll continue growing from there. And if you're looking for a place where you can practice being in your power, I'm going to invite you to come join us in the Trailblazer Tribe. It's a place where you're going to get additional insights and different ways to look at your world, while also being given opportunities to come to exclusive tribe gatherings and other types of exclusive support along your journey. Just go to niiamah.com/tribe to get your invitation to come join us at our next tribe gathering. Until then, I see you. Own your power. And here goes the thing. You got this. And we got you. Journey on. Hey, Niiamah here. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and then go ahead and leave one of your insights from today's video in the comments below. If you're looking to take this deeper, you can go and watch another video, or you can go to niiamah.com/tribe to get exclusive invitation to our tribe member only events. I'll see you soon.